Let me tell y'all something, bro. This is all God on the truth. Because we all come from broke and we all come from poor, you know, I'm gonna put y'all on something right quick. I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart with y'all right quick. Watch this. So house is 10,000 square feet. So I'm gonna have a heart-to-heart with y'all. And this ain't no flexing shit. It's me having a real. That's why I can talk to people from a real perspective. So, you know, God bless me. And I'm not even talking about the business stuff. I'm talking about, like, get me out the hood. You know what I'm saying? You know. So now we live in a world. Let me say this. Now we live in a world where everybody said they was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming to living. It's a story now. I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I really come from that shit, and there was a point in my life where I really thought, like, all right, like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. That shit be pissing me off when people be just, and I could look at somebody and be like, man, you wasn't no fucking homeless, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get out of there. And I'd be like, bro, like, so what I wanted to say was we get out of, you know, when you get out of the situation, like for me, again, coming out of the streets, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. I have 5 bedrooms, 5 acres, and man, that's it right there. The 2.2 acres, man, that's love right there. So when you come from a certain situation, you know, you buy into what you think the ideal wealth is. So let me have a truth talk with y'all right quick. Have a truth talk with y'all. When I tell y'all certain stuff, I don't mean to tell you to discourage you. I tell you because I know once I got it, I be like, man, this shit ain't it, man. Right, like, so because we come from a certain thing, we have an idea what we think wealth is. So we think wealth is like the big ass house, the Bentleys and the Rolexes, and you know, we think that shit what wealth is. Now, will I say having $1 million ain't worth it? Nah, go get you $1 million. Go get you $2 million. You can get that shit out the market for sure. But don't go watch this, what I'm about to say. Don't be house poor. Don't be house poor. And what I mean by that is because you got $1 million, don't go get $1 million worth of house. Now you house poor. You feel me? So I'll be honest with you. My crib costed $2.2 million. Now, mind you, I had a condo downtown. That's what I'm about to tell you. I'm not saying this to discourage nobody. I'm not saying this to brag on myself. I'm going to tell y'all realistically, bro. It's been about 50 times I'll be like, man, I should have never got this fucking house. Excuse my language. I should have never got this damn house. You know what I'm saying? Watch what I'm about to tell you. So I bought the house from this rich white dude. First of all, I'm in a little neighborhood. So all the houses here cost between 1.9 and 2.6, right? So I've been in the house since 2022. I paid my taxes on it this year. My taxes on the house was $38,000. Property tax. $38,000. Property tax, $38,000. So you never really own the damn house. Right? I never really owned this house. Even when I paid the mortgage off, I could have paid the mortgage off, but you never really even own the house. Because the minute you miss the damn taxes, guess what happened? They could take the shit from you. The minute I don't pay my taxes, they could take the house from me. So I don't ever really be owning a damn house. That's first of all. Now, I'm in a good neighborhood because my people don't be tripping on like the HOA stuff, so it's real cool, right? But then when I bought the house, because it was so outdated, so I'm gonna be real with you, because I had a poor state of mind. I had a poor mindset on. I let the world tell me what wealth was. This is real talk. All I knew about was investing, market, investing, market, invest. That's what I knew. So I learned a lot of stuff about wealth from being in masterminds. That's what I go to masterminds for. I don't even want to be around masterminds with entrepreneurs like that. I be wanting to be in masterminds with people who been getting money. That's who I pay to go, because they be telling me the game. So let me just get back to where I was going at with this. So I bought the house in 2022. It's now worth 2.7. Right, so I bought it at 2.2. It's now worth 2.7. Right, that's without the appraisals I done to it. So then I almost gutted the whole house. Almost. Not gutted it, but, remodeled everything. So watch this. Because I don't know, watch this, Christ is king 100%. God is good all the time. So because I ain't know nothing about no house, watch this. I had the first person who was coming through the house. I ain't gonna say no name. Got it from one of my rich partners who knew money too. He's spending I'm gonna say I got it from Alex's ass. You know what I'm saying? Alex, if y'all ever seen Alex Good Energy, y'all know Alex crib. Super freaking dope. You hear me? I'm talking about Alex crib. Amazing. You hear me? So Alex like, Trap, you just bought the crib. I'm gonna plug you with my people. She cold blooded. I'm like, I bet. So she doing the crib. She sent me the rendering stuff. I'm like, Lord, this thing fire. You hear me? Charged me $25,000 for a rendering. Now, mind you, I don't know no better. You knew money. You ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really tripping. You like, man, that's bad. You don't really know no better. So then they come in, they doing stuff in the crib. I'm like, wait, hold up. How much you charge me for this? How much you charge me for that? How much you charge me? I said, nah. I said, man, get out of my house. Put her out. I said, man, no, y'all tripping. That's too much money. That's too much money. I know that's too much money. I ain't the smartest person. I'm new in the house renovation place. That's too much money. Nah, y'all tripping. So then Alex hit me. He was like, dog. I said, Alex, I fired your girl, dog. She price gouging. He was like, man, you know what, bro? So he tell me about some shit that happened with him. You hear me? Because that's me, like, even though I have stuff, I still be paying attention to it. Because my fear was always, I don't want to go back up. You know what I'm saying? So I said, this ain't right. So I got with my girl. Me and Nat had just started like dating around that time. So Nat was like, man, and I still had my condo. Now I had a condo. I was perfectly cool in the condo. And let me tell you why I bought the house. I bought the house because I wanted my daughter to live in the house. You feel me? I'm like, man, my daughter need a backyard. I had a 2-bedroom condo. And my condo was like 3,000 square feet. It was nice, but I was only paying like $3,000, $4,000 a month, like, right? So I'm like, man, this ain't right. So now I'm still sleeping out of moves. I'm like, yo, I'm not about to be paying no house, no condo. Like, I'm not about to be doing that. So I'm like, all right, I made a decision to come live here. So I was living in the basement. Mind you, I'm cool. It's like a whole trap house. Like, I'm straight. Like, I'm so content. You hear me? And then, so Nat wound up linking me with this other lady. So she was doing the stuff, but I was doing all the design. So I'm like, bro, I'm doing all the design. I ain't paying enough for this. I fired her. Boom. Come to find out, she's stealing the money. She taking the money that I'm paying her. I kid you not. This lady took the money I was paying her and was buying Bitcoin. How do I know? Because the people were still sending me the freaking invoices. And I said, hold up. I said, why are you sending me an invoice? I paid this. They was like, nah, we ain't never get that. I'm like, you ain't get that? Man, you tripping. Here go the receipt. So mind you, at the time, y'all remember Bitcoin had crashed. So I called, I said, hey, check this out. Where my money at, fam? She said, huh? I said, hey, don't play with me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the old trap came out. I said, listen, don't play with me. I will go back to prison. Where is my money? You hear me? So, anyway, so I'm telling y'all, so this what happened. So then I get the next lady. She comes. But I'm still getting the invoices. And I'm like, yo, what these invoices at? And so I say, stop playing with me. Where my money at? And so she was like, so first she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So then I had to get serious with her. I said, so and how I got her to come to the house. That way we didn't do it on the phone. You feel what I'm saying? And I said, say, where my money at? And she was like, huh, what you say? I said, no. See this invoice? See this invoice? See this invoice? See this invoice? Hey, where my money at? If you don't give me my money, I'm going back to prison. Because you playing with me. And so, Jen, 100%. So this lady wound up telling me, and why I got it because I recorded her. So she was like, she took my money and invested my money in Bitcoin and was going, I said, you did what? I said, hey, I don't care what you gotta do. Go get paid, man. So while I'm working that out, so she wound up giving me my money back, you feel me? So then I just sat in here for a while with nothing, just in the basement. So then, I'm not gonna lie, I ran across a dope ass interior designer. I just got tired of being in the house the way it was. So at this point, I'm probably like $1.5 million in. I'm about $1.5 million in. Now mind you, the house was 2.2. I'm like $1.5 million into the crib. So then when the new designer come in, she really handling her business. House, sweet, but I want to spend like another $700-800. So mind you, my house 2.2, but now about 2.2 million in it. Cash. You know what I'm saying? So now don't get me wrong, the house nice and all that, but then, something always coming up with it. Had to fix the roof, had to do this, had to do that. And I was saying all that to say this. This what I said all that to say. I was new money. So when you new money, you make a lot of new money mistakes. Right? Like you go get the big ass house. And the only thing I didn't do was buy a lot of jewelry because that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? I bought a couple Rolexes and all that. But here's what I will tell you. I'd rather you be cash rich and house poor. I'd rather you be cash rich than to be, house rich and cash poor. Right? What I would rather you do is, you don't need I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, you don't need a 10,000 square foot house. Yeah, what you don't want to be is just, and a house is an asset because it's going to go up in time, but I didn't need this much house. It's just me.